This is the war that we have to win. And as Commander-in-Chief, I will have no greater priority than taking out these terrorists who threaten America and finishing the job against the Taliban and al-Qaeda in Afghanistan and Pakistan.
That was candidate Obama back in 2008, affirming his commitment to the war in Afghanistan. But following recent setbacks there, the president seems to be changing his tune a bit. Joining us now is Fox News military analyst, Lieutenant Colonel Ollie North. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Dave, and you're no doubt about it. He has forgotten those words, and he doesn't want us to remember them either, because everything he's done, certainly over the course of the last 2 years, is tell us his only strategy is an exit strategy. So what would you do if you were Karzai, knowing the Americans were going to go home? Unprecedented that a commander-in-chief, the one that we hired 3.5 years ago, would set an end date for a war before you've won it. He talks about ending the war responsibly, Dave. The only way to end a war responsibly is to win it. He's never mentioned those words since those campaign days.
In the wake of Sergeant Bale's killing the 16 Afghanis, how has the situation on the ground changed? Is this still a winnable war?
Well, yes, it's winnable. The question is whether this administration is able to make the kind of commitment necessary. That's the role of a leader. The leader is supposed to develop the strategy. The troops are supposed to carry it out. There is no strategy except a, quote, strategy of withdrawal. And that's the problem, because once you've told the troops you could be the last guy to die over here, it's very hard to maintain morale, even without a terrible event like the one a week ago today.
You were recently at Walter Reed when a parent of one of the injured troops asked you a question. I hope my son's sacrifice was not in vain, they asked you. Is it? Are you afraid of just that?
I am afraid of just that, quite frankly. It's the only thing I'm afraid of in this whole thing, because that's the kind of thing we heard a lot of during Vietnam. And it's the very first time now in 11 years of covering this war and hundreds of trips to Walter Reed that I've heard a parent or a spouse say those kinds of things. I think it bodes very ill for the future.
Boy, I can't imagine the impact that had on you. My last question is, yesterday we heard some interesting news released from the Obama administration to the Washington Post about bin Laden's motives, that he wanted to take out President Obama because he thought Vice President Biden would throw this country into complete chaos. I'm paraphrasing. And some are questioning the timing of the release of this information. Do you believe it was about politics?
Well, it does seem strange that they've now had this tape since at least May 2nd of this past year, and now suddenly it's coming out as the campaign season's heating up. It does make one wonder exactly why they timed it this way.
Lieutenant Colonel Ollie North, wonderful to have your insight this morning. Read his piece on foxnews.com. It's good stuff. We appreciate you.